studio right now is Dave Roefaro, former mayor, city of Utica. It was 2010 when Special Olympics, the New York State Special Olympics, were held at Utica College, right?
That is right, Bill.
And that had an impression on you.
You know, people want to be defined when they're in office as what they did.
Yeah.
They built a road, they built this, they built that. It's the moments that they don't really know that they fly under the radar that define you. And I'm going to tell you something. If nobody is ever moved by the Special Olympics, then there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
It was an event that I never forgot. I got to really know the athletes, their parents, what goes into this process, and to defund this. And that's why I came out, because I don't say too much anymore. But to defund it by the federal government, who has a moral responsibility to these children and these young athletes, it's reprehensible.
I want to read to you, and I'm sure you've read her comments. DeVos's comments. Do I have it here? I guess I don't. Basically saying that there are many organizations out there that take care of children with special needs, and they don't get any funding. Why should we fund this program and not that program?
Well, why have they funded it all these years?
Yeah. It's hard to fund something and then take it away.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And this has become something that is just, I mean, these young athletes, this is something that they look forward to. It gives them a sense of pride. It gives them a sense of self-worth, and it gives them a showcase to show their talents.
Yeah, yeah.
And these kids are unbelievable. And I don't know if you were there back in 2010 when we did host the Special Olympics, but I'm going to tell you something. We had a big stage set up in Utica College, and we watched from on top, and the whole football field was filled.
Like 1,500 athletes.
It was the most inspiring thing that you're ever going to see in your life. And to take this away, and I'm sure if we did it in Utica like this, they're doing it everywhere throughout the country. And so it's just something that stuck with me, and I think the Special Olympics, to defund it. Listen, she's got a $68 billion budget. You're talking $18 million. Now, listen, I know about budgets because, everybody says, well, you can't cut here, you can't cut there. But this is a grain in the sand for something that the federal government should have a moral responsibility to do.
How are you going to, I think when we spoke yesterday, you talked about you are going to lobby for a few things here.
I am. I still have affiliates and connections, throughout the political spectrum and the government spectrum. As you all know, I am still very close to Senator Schumer. I'm in New York probably, if not every month, every other month. And I see quite a few of these people, and I'm going to lobby for it.
Yeah. You also said that you want her to meet some of these athletes. That
absolutely.
Yeah.
If she hasn't done it so already, maybe she has. I don't know that.
Yeah.
But you know what? You have to go to one of these ceremonies. We've done so many things. In fact, I think we did the polar plunge out in Syracuse for them one year, and that was really something. To raise money. But I think that they've got to go and they've got to watch these things. If you sit on the sidelines and you look at something and you don't really know, it's easy to act something out with a pen.
Yeah.
But when you go and you look at it and you watch and you see what really the impact this has on lives, I don't know how you can do it. We waste more money in this country. And that's what I talk about all the time. They talk about, money here, money there. But if it's an earmark that if you have 10 politicians in a room and one of them says, geez, I need, $20 million for this, they'll throw $20 million at it. But here, you got
we want to study the swimming techniques of the great white whale or great shark, and we put $50 million into these things. It's just some of this stuff is crazy, but it benefits the district of that representative, and that's what they push for. And Andrew.
Well, and it's not like the Special Olympics is some newfangled program that they tried and it didn't work out. This has been around forever. It's iconic. It's everybody knows and loves it.
She does say though that this is an organization that gets a lot of private funding, and basically what she's saying is you can get this from private donations. You don't need our money. You don't need the public's money.
Well, here's the thing. if there's a lot of private funding there now, I mean, who's to say that they're going to pick up the slack?
Well, it's 10%. They got it. It's 10% of their annual budget.
You're right, of their annual budget. But don't you think that the federal government has a moral responsibility?
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely they do. Absolutely, they should play a part in this, and they have, and they should continue, and they should always do it.
Have you spoken to Schumer's office? And of course, most people do know that Angela Roefaro, who worked for your administration, who is your nephew.
Cousin, actually. But everybody calls him my nephew. But that's okay.
I don't know why I would say that, because you look so much younger than him.
There you go. That's why I like you, Bill.
Mm-hmm. Have you spoken and to Schumer? Have you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, I have.
And you'll have their support, certainly.
Oh, I will have their support.
It did hit big yesterday, big on social media. She was all over. Democrats were pouncing on this.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it a couple different venues on TV, but it's just something. And listen, as a person that's had to do budgets, and you have got to go through every line. But this is just not one of those.
All right.
You could find it somewhere else in $68 billion.
Former Mayor Dave Roefaro, thank you so much. Keep us posted on this.
I will.
And again, this is the proposal, so the public debate comes into play, and you are vowing to be a part of that debate.
Well, absolutely. I mean, they'll throw a proposal out, and if nobody balks at it, it'll go through.
Done.
But we're going to give them opposition.
You're going to balk.
Absolutely.
All right, Dave Roefaro, thank you.
You're very welcome.
We'll break and wrap this up.